Hello guys, and welcome back to my next video. Now in this series we're going to be going over how to make a clue system plugin. Now you may have seen me post this around on my Reddit and all the other channels. It's a plugin designed to try and make a clue system similar to that of the Quarry. If you guys have ever played that, it's a very good game. I would highly recommend it if you're into horror games. But basically, if I just play it so I can show you guys what it is. If I just add it, I forgot that I was working on a save system last time. Let me just save games, guess, to get rid of that real quick. If I just command the corner, and there they are. So if I click this one, let's just do one at a time because I can show you the other thing to do with this. If I just press tab, it opens this viewer up. So these are the clues that you've collected over here. As you can see, if you click on these, nothing happened. If I click on test level, which is the one that we just picked up, it displays the mesh in a render texture, and it gives a default description here, and this question mark here is data that's available after you've collected a clue that is relevant to it. So you can make this very complicated web of clues and information, so you can build up a massive mystery or just have obvious observations or connections made between clues. So I'll just quickly show you what that looks like. If I click this one here, if I just click on, there we go. As I said, this is still in beta, so there are still some bugs I need to work out, but by and large this is a pretty good foundation, I think. So as you probably remember before, this was just some question marks before, and just like this one is reliant on this one up here. So yeah, that's how that all works. And yeah, I think that's about it. Now there are a few things going on behind the scenes here, so let's open up Clue Base, and I'm going to also open up my game mode because I've got this lovely component here which actually sets up the subsystem behind the scenes. Unfortunately you can't make blueprint versions of subsystems, at least not in this current version, which is a bit of a shame, but well. So this is how you set up the clues themselves. You've got an array here. I will try to convert this into a set instead of an array, so you don't have duplicate clue locations, because this is how it's all set up. So you have an enum here that controls which location each clue is in. So say if you wanted to have different locations for different sets of clues, or different types of clues, like pertaining to one particular sub-mystery or subplot or something like that, this is how you would do that. And you just select the clue location and you just add an array element here and select which data asset you want it to be associated with. And you can, this is also how you control the order as well. So if I wanted to move this, oh, you can't just, I keep forgetting that you can't just do that. I'm going to delete that here. Forest test here. Just going to move this up here. So it should both have the forest test and forest test underscore 2 in the main level. And while we're here, we might as well explain what's going on here real quick. So this is just a blueprint event, basically just loading the data asset, because I'm using a soft object pointer rather than a hard reference pointer. Basically what that means is it's not loaded by default. You have to be loaded in order for you to use it. And this is the main node here that actually interacts with the clue, enables you to pick it up. I didn't put in any particular interface or anything, or classes. Classes. I'm thinking of something else. I just made one function that you can easily call, so you can implement it easily with any interfaces that you've already got, or anything like that, or any functions that you've already got in your classes as well. I've got mine working with my own interface as well, and working with my main project. So if I just quickly show you as well, oh yeah, I forgot, I need to delete the save file. If I just quickly come over here, and then as you can see the order has changed. We don't have the forest test underscore 2 in the level. I think that, yeah, we don't. If I was to change this to forest test underscore 2, you can see the mesh updates itself. And if I come out to here, the save system works as well. I'll make another tutorial on the save system as well. So the forest test, additional information, forest test 2, and this is the other feature of the clue system. Here we're actually rendering a 3D mesh to a render texture, and here we're actually displaying an image. Now I'll show you in a moment how you can choose between the two modes in just a moment, but the advantage to having this is that if you had a pre-rendered scene that you want to display instead of a mesh that you want to render in real time, you can do that. This is just a test here. And yeah, last thing is actually how to set up the data asset itself. So you've got the clue name here. This is what the clue slots on the left side of the screen is going to display. Clue information is the top part of the UI on the right, and the setup is just a boolean to say does it use the mesh, yes or no. If it doesn't use the mesh, then it uses the clue image here, and if it does, then it changes this to clue mesh with the default rotation, location offset, and camera distance. The camera distance is simply just how far away from the camera is the mesh spawned in. The location offset is just in case you need a particular offset in order to get the best shot, and the rotation is it's just the rotation of the mesh. I'm going to disable this again. The clue icon is the texture behind the button. I need to update it to be a bit more appealing, but yeah, you can use this data however you need it to. And you've got the additional information here. It's very quick and easy to add in. What you need to do is just add another element to the array, select the data asset that you want it to be reliant on, just add in what you want, and that is it. That's all you need to do. I might be able to get it to work with so that when this is so instead of just plain text, you could also have an image or something, but for my purposes this is all that's needed. You guys are welcome to fork the repository, which is the other thing I need to mention. This project entirely is going to be free for anyone to use, commercial, private, I don't really mind. I'll leave a link to the repository down below, and yeah, you guys are free to mess around with it, pull it, fork it, make pull requests. My aim with this is to try and make it an open source repository for anyone that needs it, because I needed this source system but I couldn't find any resources on how to make it, couldn't find it in the marketplace or anything like that, and I designed this with the intention of making it for designers and for people who might not know how to code but need something like this in their project. And honestly, I don't really need to make money from this plugin, even though I know it's got quite a bit of value to people. So yeah, if you just want a clue system plugin, please just check out the Github repository down below. If you'd be interested in actually knowing how to make this from scratch, please subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys when I start the series off.